Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is me Mohammed Hassan and welcome back to another video. So in our today's video we're going to discuss about digestion and how absorption starts in the ileum. In the last video we discussed the digestion process, how it starts, and we stopped at the duodenum. So don't forget to check out that video. Now let's discuss what happens after the chyme goes into the duodenum and also villus, its structure, functions and adaptations. So let's start by a quick recap of our previous video. So as we know that mechanical and chemical digestion takes place in the mouth. It starts by chewing and saliva, which is chemical digestion. Then the food goes down the esophagus into our stomach through peristalsis. Peristalsis is the wave-like movement in the esophagus which pushes the food down into our stomach. In the stomach, the food is mixed with gastric juice. This juice contains the enzyme pepsin and hydrochloric acid. This turns it into a fine paste which is known as chyme. The walls of stomach compress the food, turning it into chyme, which is mechanical digestion. Then the chyme is neutralized in the C-shaped duodenum leading into the small intestine through bile, which is produced by the liver, and in the duodenum it is also mixed with pancreatic juice, which consists of many enzymes to digest the food. Now the chyme moves to the second part of the small intestine, which is the ileum. Now let's discuss what happens after the chyme has moved into the ileum, means the second part of the small intestine. So ileum has two main functions. Firstly, ileum completes the digestion, means the food is completely digested in the ileum. Secondly, it starts absorption, means the foods start to absorb in our body in the ileum. Now what happens during digestion in the ileum? So in the ileum, the chyme is mixed with intestinal juice. Now this is the fourth important juice in our digestion process. The first three were gastric juice, which was found in the stomach, bile, which is produced by the liver, pancreatic juice produced by the pancreas, and now intestinal juice. Intestinal juice is secreted by the walls of intestine and is mixed with the chyme when it goes into the ileum. Intestinal juice has the enzymes lipase, maltase, and peptidases. Carbohydrates, for example maltose, break down the remaining disaccharides into simple sugars, and this is how the disaccharides are digested further. Peptidases, the enzyme, it breaks down small peptides into amino acids, digesting it as well. Maltase breaks down maltose to glucose. And finally, lipase digests all the lipids to fatty acids and glycerol, and the digestion of lipids also completes. Now, after the food has been completely digested in the ileum, absorption in the ileum starts. Let's discuss how does the ileum helps absorb the food. So the inside of the ileum has finger-like projections or structures which are known as villus. Plural is villi. As you can see in this diagram, there are millions of villi in the ileum. The function of these villi is to increase the surface area for absorption. Food molecules will move into these villi, and villi has a good supply in and out through capillaries. So absorption in villi takes place through active transport, and the food molecules will absorb in the blood through the capillaries. Let us further understand how these structures work through the structure of villi. So as you can see in this diagram, they have rich capillary network. Villi is strongly surrounded by capillaries, and these absorb glucose and amino acids into the blood. As you can see, there is a lacteal in between of the villi. So the lacteal absorbs all the fatty acids and glycerol into the blood, and the wall of the villi is epithelial cell, one cell thick wall. Now let's discuss how these villi are adapted to their functions, means their adaptations. So firstly, villi are large in number in the ileum. There are millions of villi, and each villi has further many tiny microvilli. This greatly increases the surface area for absorption. As we know that surface area is one of the factor for diffusion and absorption. So as it increases, the absorption also increases. As I told you, villi has a very thin wall. The wall of villi is only one cell thick. This gives a very short distance for diffusion, and the distance is also one of the factors affecting diffusion rate. Shorter the distance, faster the diffusion. So it has a very short distance. The wall of the villi is very short, so this increases diffusion for nutrients to enter the blood. Thirdly, there is a rich blood supply. Each villus contains many blood capillaries, which carry absorbed glucose and amino acids away quickly into our blood. Lastly, there's a good blood flow for the villi. There's a steep concentration gradient between the inside and outside of the villi, and the concentration gradient also affects the diffusion rate. So as it is steep, it will increase diffusion, which will increase the blood flow as well. Now, after the food has been completely digested in the ileum and the food molecules have been absorbed into our blood, now let's see what happens next. Next destination is the large intestine. So, all the undigested substances which haven't been digested, they move to the large intestine. All the water, minerals, and some vitamins are absorbed here in the large intestine from the chyme. Now, as the water is absorbed, the chyme will become solid and it will be stored in the rectum, and then it will pass out of our body through stool or feces. So this is how our body completely digests the food we eat, and the essential nutrients and food molecules are absorbed into our blood for energy and cell growth. I hope so that you find this video fun and factual. If you did so, then don't forget to like it, subscribe my channel so that you can get further videos, and don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. Thanks for watching.